why do I think God gives us commands at all? Why doesn't he just give us knowledge of the good and the bad and let things go? And I think the answer is, a clue is the answer might be given in something in Kant, Immanuel Kant. Kant asked the question of whether God has obligations. And he says no. Only, he says, beings with an imperfect will have obligations. God is perfect. And so he always follows what would be a moral obligation, but he doesn't, it's not an obligation for him because obligation implies the possibility of disobedience, and that wouldn't be there. I think that we are such imperfect beings, and we need obligations. The reason is, here's the way I would put it. There are a few things that maybe they're so bad that they need to be taken off the table. A morally good person shouldn't even think about doing them, shouldn't even consider them. And if we have these duties, then in a sense we can say, I don't have to worry about that. So if somebody says, suppose you could create some great good by committing adultery, I'm going to say, I don't have to think about that, even if that were possible, because that's against my moral, I'm obligated not to do it. So I don't have to worry about it. So that's one function of moral obligations. But here's the interesting thing. In Kierkegaard's great book, Works of Love, in the very last chapter, he suggests that people who are perfected saints have no obligations. They don't need them anymore. And I think that's right. So I think that obligations are a kind of transitional aid to growth. And maybe if we were perfected saints, which unfortunately I am not, we wouldn't need them at all. And so that's my view. So children maybe grow up and they don't need to obey their parents anymore. Maybe they still need to respect them, but they grow up. And maybe when we grow up morally, we will love God and do what God wants, but it won't be because it's a duty. A duty will just drop out of the picture altogether because we will be like God himself, having a perfect will.